Okay, in case a few of you noticed some time being elapsed and me pausing and coming into a new train of thought all of a sudden, my mother needed to speak to me real quick, so I had to leave for maybe 5 to 10 minutes, but I am back. Now, I completely lost my train of thought on where I was, so sorry about that. I'm just going to start on a whole new line. I do not like the item choices from the Scourge at this point. I really feel like they could have been chosen much more wisely. They need a lot more DPS.
A player's forces are under attack. A town
Now we
is
see a ultimate orb being picked up by this Weaver, and to me this isn't a game-winning decision. This is a game-submitting decision. I'm not sure that working towards a Lincoln Sphere is going to help you in this game. Now, because this Spectre has already got his radii up. Where is he at? Where are you at, my man? You're down here. Okay. Spectre has already gotten his radii up. When the Sentinel decides to go and push, they're going to be able to just knock you down. This Dark Crow's going to wait in the wings and come in with that Blink Dagger BKB. The team fight potential of Sentinel is just ridiculously high right now. We almost see as we are about to see what's the name of that damn, a Sheepstick, okay. Sheepstick coming up, a Windrunner. His God is so rich, played such a phenomenal game. Really done such a good job. We do see the Scourge coming out here. They see the Spectre by himself and are going to want to move. However, I wouldn't count my chickens by the hatches. We see a Blink, BKB, Blink Dagger, and a one-man Black Hole getting that Ancient Apparition. Down goes the Crystal Maiden. More right clicks going down on this Dragon Knight, and Dragon Knight will go down, followed by the Dark Crow being killed by this Night Stalker. Down goes the Weaver to the Sentinel, and the Sentinel are just, they have too many items, they're too strong, they're too powerful at this point. There's really nothing that the Scourge can do. They really wanted to get out there and gank that Spectre, but the Sentinel was right there waiting with him, and they were really able to bring him down. Not a very good BKB Blink Dagger, but didn't matter. They're just way too strong at this point, as we are coming in towards the ending part of the game, as they are just knocking them down. And yeah, the keys to them winning and Rush losing, you know, you really need DPS, and right now they have none. You're 31 minutes into the game. They're going to be able to survive your magical damage that you put down on them, and when none of your heroes do any damage that you need to do damage, they have 3 semi-carries compared to the 2 semi-carries coming. They have 3 DPS possibilities for a semi-carry, and then really only 2 at this point, the Windrunner and the Spectre for Sentinel. But the Spectre and or Windrunner out DPS all 3 of those guys just by themselves. I mean, I believe the Spectre right now could TP in with a decent Black Hole from Dark Crow. Them two could just wipe out the entire Sentinel, the entire Scorch team. It appears there will be a Roshan going off before they decide to finish. Really not needed, not necessary, but it is what they are going to do. I really feel that the ineffective ganking of the Scourge really led to their downfall. They had such an amazing laning phase in terms of the tri-lane versus tri-lane, being able to get a few kills on that Spectre and really keep him down. It appears we might see an initiation as the Scourge are going to try to run in here, as they see them with the ultimate and a blink coming in, but the Spectre's able to pick up the Aegis, and Dark Crow is just going to go, DK is just going to go down almost immediately. And the Weaver will get the kill on this Witch Doctor, but doesn't really matter, as the Sentinel will continue to chase. What a shackle shot going off here from Windrunner on Ancient Apparition, and God, it's such a boss. A swap stun on the Weaver, and down goes the Weaver. M5 are just being such bosses right now. I mean, especially God. He's been such a good player over these last couple months in the few tournaments that I've seen him in. really showcasing his talent. He is easily one of the best solo middle players on planet Earth. And you can take that to the bank as they are continuing to just finish off this game. Now, the real difference was the radiance and the non-radiance. Once that radiance was picked up, you know, it was really over. And the progression of the blink dagger, BKB of Enigma was huge, as well as Windrunner just completely outlaning Night Stalker in middle. And I really, again, attribute that to God just being God more than as we see a bunch of good games coming out, and they're about to take out the tower, so I will go ahead and pause it. Show you the end game screen for everybody. But anyways, back to my what I was saying. They really didn't get any damage items up, and they really desperately needed. So the DK can be a good pick. However, he really wasn't able to get any tank items up. I completely think that the blink dagger was detrimental to them instead of helpful. I really think that the pipe, like I said earlier, would have come in handy much more. This was a pretty late item. This only happened in the last couple of battles, but this is a very good item for a team, especially with a VS on. The command aura stacks with that plus damage aura from the Vladimirs that a lot of people tend to overlook, as well as getting that lifesteal in for Spectre. But yeah, the item choices from Scourge really were not the best. They really weren't able to get any DPS up, which really killed them. Buying this ultimate orb, just, you know, saying forget it, I'm not going to go after the Radiance, was a bad idea. Yeah, it would have been much better for him to just, you know, buy a hood instead of just that ultimate orb. I'm really not sure where you were going with that, as Lincoln Sphere is an extremely expensive item. You were closer to getting your Radiance than you were Lincoln Sphere. They're, you know, somewhere around the same price. The picks also, I believe, are what didn't help them out too much. When you went with that Dryad, I'm not sure how the picks and bans happened. However, putting that Weaver in that solo lane against that Dark Crow was not the right idea, as you were so dependent on that Weaver getting Radiance and having good farm, or at the very least having better farm and getting his Radiance up quicker than the Spectre. And Dark Crow's ability to lane and deny and outlane the Weaver, even though the Weaver did